the other big news of the hour, the morning after Diwali, a thick haze has engulfed the national capital region, with the air quality index plummeting to an alarming 999 in Delhi. Delhi's air has gone far beyond the acceptable limit of pollution. Several areas showed a spike in the air pollution. The PM10 in Rajpath is more than 20 times the acceptable limit, while it is 12 times more in the Wazirpur area. The air quality deteriorated sharply despite Supreme Court orders that allowed bursting of crackers and only green crackers from 8 to 10 p.m. Our correspondents Indrajit Kundu, who joins me live from Kolkata, along with Devesh from Mumbai and Isha Gupta from Delhi, are standing by to give us a live report on the situation in their respective cities. Let me start with Isha Gupta. Isha, when we spoke at about 8 this morning, the AQI stood at 999. Has there been any relief for Delhiites ever since?
Vedika, if we talk about it visually, I'm at Rajpath right now, and I'll have to say that it seems as if the smog has started clearing out. You can see Rashtrapati Bhavan behind us. At like 8 in the morning, it wasn't visible at all. Also on the right, we have India Gate. Again, a similar picture, but now it seems as if the air pollutants have finally started settling down, because of which the visibility, it seems, is starting to get better. But again, this is a serious situation. Obviously, everything that has happened because of the violation of the Supreme Court's orders last evening, a number of repercussions have been seen this morning, which will take some time to obviously clear out. But the need of the hour right now is for Delhi residents and the administration to think alike. If the Supreme Court is laying out certain guidelines, then Delhi residents must follow them to ensure that the situation doesn't get worse. Because let me tell you that the air quality this morning was recorded at 805 and 999 in several areas, including Anand Vihar, Jahangirpuri. And let me tell you that 999 is the maximum levels for the monitors. So we wouldn't even know if the situation was worse. So what we need to do right now, what Delhi residents need to do right now, is to not make things worse. Instead, they should try to make sure that the air quality does not fall into the poor category anymore. Vedika.
Do stay with me, Isha. Also joining me live is Indrajit Kundu. Indra, the situation in Kolkata relatively better than Delhi, but not quite healthy enough for its citizens.
That's right, Vedika. You know, it's not comparable to Delhi, no doubt about it, but yet it's quite unhealthy, and the visuals will speak for themselves. The air quality of Kolkata has been pegged at 250, which is the PM 2.5 level, which is very unhealthy. And if I can show you, it's bright and sunny, and yet it's quite hazy. There seems to be some amount of smog that's covered the entire skyline of the city, and that's very much palpable. You know, people who are coming out this morning, they can see the amount of firecrackers that were burnt last night, even beyond the permissible deadline of 8 to 10 p.m. That is something that, you know, many people will have to take note, because as we have been saying, regulations are on one side, restrictions, government restrictions and the Supreme Court's intervention are on one side. But unless and until there is awareness among people and people come out wholeheartedly supporting such steps, things are not going to change on the ground. And that's the reality, unfortunate reality, in fact, a day after Diwali.
Quite a disturbing morning, not only in Delhi, but other parts of the country as well. Let's cut across to Devesh. He joins us live from Mumbai. Devesh, were there any measures put in place? Mumbai, as you say, is relatively better off than last year. But what were the measures put in place by the state government, if any?
Vedika, the police presence was beefed up in several areas across Mumbai, and that led to bringing up or bringing in place the ban that had been imposed by Supreme Court, so that firecrackers could not be burst beyond 10 p.m., which was beyond the permissible limit. So also that has been defied at many places. 7 arrests were made in South Mumbai itself, while several other places also people were detained for bursting firecrackers beyond the permissible time limit. But the better air quality as compared to Delhi and other places. It's better because of the northerly winds which have been flowing over the city across the sea, which have helped reduce the pollutants in the air over Mumbai. It doesn't seem also, according to SAFA, the air quality index in Andheri, which is in western suburbs of Mumbai, which is a business district in Mumbai, was recorded at severe levels, which was a 355, while in Borivali it was 301, while in Bhandup it was at medium level, which was below 100. So it is at different places. Several locations were checked, several locations searches were done, several locations were checked to find out what was the air quality index while the Diwali celebrations were going on and the morning later. But Mumbai is also under the radar, and the air quality index is from poor to severe, as
Indro
said by SAFAR, which is
yes,
the government body monitoring the air quality index.
All right, I'd ask our correspondents to stay back with me while we also bring you another ground report, this time filed by Abhishek Anand, who reports from Noida.
Despite Supreme Court's ban, crackers were used during Diwali, and the next morning the air quality is severe. As you can see on my phone screen, the air quality is severe. It's on AQI index in 999, which is the highest, which is the limit of the AQI index, and the air is polluted. As you can see, the visibility has dipped. The visibility is about 2.5 kilometers, and there is a layer of thick smog across NCR. We are right now in Noida, where 31 people were arrested last night for using firecrackers and not complying with the orders of the court. The court's order were not able to prevent such pollution this Diwali. The air quality has degraded, and there is no respite as there is no strong wind or any rain in sight. And now you can see people are forced to inhale this toxic air. This is all PM10, PM2.5. The most dangerous air pollutants in the air are now in our lungs due to the firecrackers that were used last night. With camera person Sanjeev, this is Abhishek Anand for India Today, Noida.
And here's what climate policy expert Siddhartha Singh had to say about Delhi's emergency situation.
We do need a shift in our politics. We need a shift in our culture. As people, we need to make politicians accountable. We need to make our administration accountable. But at the same time, we ourselves need to be a part of the change. This is not just in terms of firecrackers. I mean, firecrackers happen for 1 or 2 days. But, you know, other things like burning of leaves and waste in our neighborhoods, you know, the sweeping of floors which may have a lot of dust on them. There are various things that we can do in our personal lives to ensure that air quality levels improve.
So as Diwali festivities picked pace and citizens began bursting crackers, the air quality visibly worsened. The Supreme Court guidelines on bursting of crackers were flouted across several cities. India Today conducted a ground reality check across Jaipur, Delhi, Patna, Chandigarh as well as the city of Mumbai, and people were seen bursting crackers way past the Supreme Court deadline of 10 p.m. The pollution level in Mumbai, Lucknow and Patna reached hazardous levels.
The air quality index in Mumbai went as high as 355 yesterday when Diwali celebrations were going on and people were bursting firecrackers. People did burst firecrackers beyond the permissible limits between 8 and 10 p.m. but it is not as bad as compared to last year's air quality index, which went up to 535 last year while PM was 2.5. So the Supreme Court ban did have an effect in Mumbai where people avoided bursting firecrackers beyond the permissible limits. But as per experts, natural northerly winds also did have an effect on it, reducing the pollution levels in Mumbai. With camera person Prashant Mane, Divyesh Singh in Mumbai for India Today.
So while Delhi is in a very, very dangerous zone, let's also just tell you about the other cities that are facing an issue as well. In Uttar Pradesh, you will see 2 cities that top the list as far as the hazardous levels are concerned. Let's start with Uttar Pradesh. The first city that's a part of that list of hazardous cities is Lucknow, 754 termed as hazardous. The next city on the list from Uttar Pradesh itself is Agra. It stands at 442. So the people of Lucknow and Agra are not breathing easy this morning post Diwali celebrations. In Maharashtra, it's Pune. It stands at 390, once again in the hazardous bracket. The other city being Patna, 348, hazardous again. And the fifth city that we're talking about is Kolkata, very unhealthy because it stands at 250. Indrajit Kundu is still with us along with Devesh and Isha. Let me cut across to Indro once again. Indro, any measures put in place to ensure that the next few days the Kolkata people, the residents of the city, breathe easy? Because as of now, it's quite an unhealthy environment that we're talking about.
Well, you would remember, Vedika, for over the past 1 decade, there has been very strict enforcement of a ban on noisy crackers. And because it has happened for over a decade now, people are aware of it. There has been cooperation from the citizens of the state. And therefore, we've seen that quite a bit of success on that front. But as far as smoke billowing crackers are concerned, green crackers are concerned, unless and until there is some kind of restriction right at the preparation, right at the production level, I don't think things are going to change on the ground. So clearly there are a lot of awareness campaigns that are done by the state government. People are requested, but it's a voluntary act, because the police, as we have been talking to them, they're saying that it's not possible to man each and every premises, each and every terrace, each and every building complex as to what is happening and whether the Supreme Court guidelines of 8 to 10 were being implemented properly. Yesterday we did see police vehicles moving around, petrol vans moving around, but a few policemen to man the entire city would be a humongous task, and therefore even the policemen were telling us that it all depends on the consciousness and the awareness of the citizens to come and help in that effort.
Oh, absolutely. It depends a lot on the citizens as well. But cutting across to Isha now. Isha, ever since this morning, we've been talking about the reasons that has led to this SOS situation in the national capital. One of them also being that over the years, this has been flagged off as one of the main issues of concern as far as the environment is concerned. But the Aam Aadmi Party government, as well as the opposition, always indulging in a political blame game. You had the Aam Aadmi Party in the past also saying, well, you have to get Haryana on board, you have to get the neighboring states on board, Punjab on board, only then can some satisfactory resolution be reached.
That's right, Vedika. That is what we need to understand here, that the blame game has to stop. We can't constantly blame the unabated stubble burning in the neighboring states of Punjab and Haryana for the situation in the national capital. We can't keep blaming political parties. We can't keep blaming other things for the current pollution situation, because this is not the first time that pollution levels have shot up to on such a large scale in the national capital. This has happened earlier as well. So our government and the concerned agencies have to understand that we need a long-term plan. For example, a ban on civic construction activities until November 10 now, or a ban on the use of the coal in restaurants would not help right now. We need a long-term plan. All of these steps have to be taken in the long haul to ensure that such a situation doesn't take place in the first place. What we need to understand is that we shouldn't be waiting for an emergency situation. And more than that, we need to understand that Delhi residents too have to be a part of the change.
Absolutely. But what is clear, Isha, is the fact that this campaign that the central government along with the Delhi government that they were running over the last week, which ends on the 10th of November, has completely failed, because our children, our families are breathing in highly poisonous and toxic air. Thanks for joining me live.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.